A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Slim, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, to the open day of Business and Professional English program conducted by Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Before we kickstart with the official procedures of today's program, I would like to give you a brief account on what Slim actually is. So SLIM, if not, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers, which was founded back in 1970s and was subsequently incorporated by an act of parliament in 1980s, recognizing it as the national body for Sri Lankan marketers and a not-for-profit organization. So at SLIM, we are mandated to uplift the marketing profession in Sri Lanka, therefore conducting many national level events and projects. So you are joining here today for one such event, like I have just mentioned. So this is the open day of business and professional English program that is conducted by SLIM. So let me have a word about this specific program. So we all know that the ability to communicate comfortably in English will get you far in your career and your life in general. Even though there are many institutes and many other programs that promise you the fluency of the language, none of that is specifically designed for marketers. Therefore, none of that is as effective as a specific program that is designed solely for the marketers. So therefore, the most important point in this program is that this is specifically designed for marketers and therefore it promises you the general fluency of the language as well as the specific part that is required for your marketing career. If you are looking to land your career or if you are looking to continue your career, then you will get that specific exposure to your specific industry. So that is the most important thing about this program, and we will learn more information about it as the event goes by. So it is now the time that we start the official procedures of today's program. Therefore, I would like to invite a specific person in here, and he is a professor in finance attached to Sabaragamu University and is a very well-known researcher with a number of remarkable research papers published in high-ranking journals. Plus, he has been awarded several times for his outstanding research performances as well. He is a practitioner with over 17 years of industry experience, along with more than 7 years of academic experience as well. So currently, he is serving as the co-editor-in-chief of the South Asia Journal of Marketing, which is published by Emerald Publishing, and he is also contributing as a senior associate editor of the FIIB Business Review and as the managing editor of the South Asia Journal of Tourism and Hospitality, published by Sage Publishing and Sabaragamu University, respectively. Most importantly, he is currently serving as the brand ambassador of the South Asian region under Emerald Publishing and is the vice president of education and research under SLE. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Devasiri N. Jayanta, the Honorary Vice President of Education and Research at SLE. Over to you, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much, Vihanga. Very good afternoon, everyone. I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to the open day of our highly anticipated Business and Professional English program offered by the esteemed Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. So today is a very special day for us marks a significant juncture in celebrating the pursuit of knowledge, aspiration, and also the journey towards the excellence in business and professional English. So I am privileged to extend a gracious welcome to this momentous occasion. In our relentless pursuit of knowledge, we are privileged to have a remarkable individual with us today whose insights and experience are truly invaluable. With immense pleasure, I sincerely welcome Mr. Ajmal Hussain, who is the manager, employee transformation, and also the engagement at Diesel and Motor Engineering Corporation. So despite his demanding schedule, we are genuinely privileged that Ms. Ajmal has kindly accepted our invitation to be the main speaker for today's session. His willingness to share his wisdom with us on this weekend is a kind of a testament to his commitment to nurturing the future professionals in English, and also is more importantly in business and professional English. So our gratitude extends to our dedicated faculty members, specifically the lecturers and senior lecturers who are teaching in the program, including our distinguished Ms. Shanika Pereira Fonseca, a lecturer at the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, who is doing the guest speech today. Her dedication to imparting the knowledge and shaping the minds of our students inspire us all. So a special mention must also to be made to our staff, specifically who have worked tirelessly to make this inauguration a reality. Let us express our heartfelt appreciation to Ms. Mihrani Fonseca and Oshan Munasinghe from the Business Development, Mr. Thadeepa, manager of the business school, and also the Ms. Manisha and all other staff from the business school, Mr. Tivanta, along with the diligent effort of Ms. Sajindra Vidyagunawardana and the team Matara, headed by Mr. Lahiru and the team, and also the team Central Operations headed by Ms. Indika. So I appreciate your commitment to this event and the program success, which is commendable. So in addition to that, I would like to welcome the heart and soul of today's occasion, our esteemed learning partners who are joining the program today. You who have chosen to embark on this journey of knowledge and growth through our business and professional English program hold the promise of a brighter future to yourself and the industry and also to the nation. So your presence here today is a kind of a testament to your dedication and thirst for excellence in business communication. So as we gather here to celebrate the beginning of this transformative journey, so let us embrace the opportunities in business and professional English. Let us cultivate a culture of innovation, critical thinking, and ethical leadership. So together we shall learn, evolve, and contribute to the growth of our industry and also for the nation. Last but certainly not least, I would like to appreciate the support rendered by the management, including the CEO, the council, and also the executive committee of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing in facilitating this business and professional English program. So this initiative equips individuals with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the global business arena. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you. May today's proceedings inspire and empower us to reach new heights of success and knowledge. I wish you all the very best and thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor, for that warm welcoming. Next up in the agenda, we have a special message from a special guest. He is a seasoned HR leader with over 17 years of experience in the industry across many roles. Among his many achievements, he has achieved global recognition as the first ever Sri Lankan to be named among the US-based training magazine's top 5 emerging training leaders, making him the only non-US recipient in the top 5. After completing his MBA in the University of Bedfordshire in UK and an advanced diploma in teaching, training and assessing also in UK, he is now reading for a BSc Honours in Applied Accounting at Oxford Brookes University, along with a BSc in Business Management in Open University of Sri Lanka. And currently, he is serving as the Deputy General Manager, Employee Transformation and Engagement at Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC, one of the Sri Lanka's leading conglomerates, which has a diversified presence across 11 clusters. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ajmal Hussain, Deputy General Manager at Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC. Over to you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Vihanga. Lovely introduction. Makes me quite overwhelmed to hear so much about myself. Good then, I think today's session is quite interesting and it's close to my heart because it's about people who are here to learn English. And in the introduction, I figured out this course is curated for people in marketing. So anybody who's in the marketing sphere and wants to improve English or go to the next level in terms of English, this program is scripted for you. I think that's great. English has taken shape in different forms in bringing out specialized segments for each of the subject areas that people focus on. Because as a result of that, they get to know the technical terms in that field, they get to know how they should pitch an idea, the words that appeal to other people in the same industry. So that I think this is a great idea to focus on English, business English for people in marketing. And I absolutely love the idea that Slim has come up with to do a program like this. I see there's a fair amount of people who have shown interest in today's open day to see what the course has to offer and probably why you should be taking it. So why you should be taking it is the interesting segment. Why English? I don't think you need motivation to learn English. All of you are here because you understand the need and you know English is going to be an essential part of your life, or if it already isn't. Well, it's two things really. For people who feel that you're really low in English, you can't even speak, you can't understand a conversation. If you pick up a newspaper or open an online article, you try to read it, but you don't understand. Well, that's the first level. The other level is people who can maneuver the language to a certain extent, but you need to pick up confidence and you need some more tools to become better at it, to be more convincing, to be more participative in a discussion, to carry that swagger when you speak the language. So here, to which group, whichever group you belong to, rather, the message is very simple. English is not a talent. It's a language, meaning to say it's a skill. People are never born with a talent, English talent. It's not no such thing. It's also a presentation skill, not presentation talent. You're not born with it. You can learn it, regardless of how boring you could be as a presenter. You can improve, regardless of how low you are with regard to your English. You can always improve, and there's no late start, right? If you're feeling I've already started working, I'm into my career, can I still learn the language? You absolutely can. There are many ways to learn English, but if you take up this course, I feel it is curated according to what you need, and as a result of that, it helps you pick up knowledge in your specific area. Now, what makes it special to know English and what makes it important? What makes it crucial for you to understand this language? Well, of the many things that come into play, the one thing that I see as a massive advantage is because there are many, but I want to coin one thing as the most important one. You're able to get into conversations. I see people who come into forums, who come into summits, who come into gatherings, networking events, but they're quite shy to speak up. They're quite backwards to get into a conversation. Even if you speak to them, they try to get away with a one-word answer. That is, and you tend to believe that it is because they lack the fluency of the language. When I meet people like that, I go away from them, grab a drink, come back. I pretend to bump back into them and start a conversation in a language that is probably Sinhalese or Tamil that is not to do with English. Then I feel they're far more comfortable and they're wise. They have a lot of knowledge, great things you can learn from them, but they don't want to speak in the first instance because they're backward in English. That's a massive disadvantage. By doing that, you don't create network to do anything in life. I mean, if you're marketing, I don't have to teach you this. Without a network, there's nothing that happens in any industry in the world. If you're not networked, if you're not able to reach out to people and get things done, well, not only in your organization or industry, but even outside. If you're not networked with people, you're not going to get things done. You're not going to be a doer. As a result of that, creating a network is important. And to create a network with the right people these days, English becomes important. Now, I'm not going to say without English you can't create a network. Well, you can, but there is a certain group of people that you may not be able to reach out to without knowing English. And in certain circles or discussions that happen, the truth is that if all of them are dwelling and speaking in English, will you, if you're not comfortable enough, will you go into that conversation? Usually, I see people not doing that. So you should learn. You should put in an effort. The fact that you've come up here and you want to put in some sort of effort to do that is fabulous. I'm just going to see if all of you can participate or respond. Yeah, all of you can answer some questions on the chat, I feel, if the chat is enabled. I'm going to ask you by starting a simple question. I mean, I know I have only 10 minutes to go, but let's keep this interactive. Without Google, and if you Google up or chat GPT up this answer, you're going to get it. But without Googling, can any of you tell me how many words are there in the English vocabulary? How many active words are there in the English vocabulary? It's a very, very easy question. If you don't know, don't Google, just make a guess. I want you to make a guess. How many words are there in the English vocabulary? That means all of the English words that are there, how many words do you think are there in total? If your chat is enabled, if you can go into the chat and say something, please do. Oh, looks like chat is turned off in this meeting. That is okay. If anybody wants to unmute, you can unmute and tell me the answer. But even if not, we are anyway going to go ahead with this. I'd love to see if anybody wants to unmute and tell me the answer. But if not, let's proceed. The answer is actually, if you look for it, you will find different sources of answers. There's something called headwords. Headwords are the prime words through which other words are created. Like, for example, postman is coming from two headwords. One is post, the other is man, postman. So headwords, happy is a headword. Happiness is another derivative. Unhappiness is another derivative. Happy, unhappy is another derivative. So you see, headwords are the important ones. If you know the headwords, creating a suffix or prefix out of it and then speaking based on grammar and what you want to say at that point in time becomes easy. So how many headwords are actually there? There are only about 200,000 headwords, of which the old English words like thou, thee, thou shalt, I mean, if you remove all those words out, you come down to about 170,000 active words. Active headwords. You know what is the best part of this? That number is not like a million words. It's not like 500,000 words either. It's not like 10 million words. It's not so much. It's just 170,000 words. So look, if the active dictionary has only 170,000 active words, do you need to know all those words to speak, write, and understand English? No. Let's get to the higher level. People who are native English speakers. I mean, we are all amazed, right? When we speak English, when you see an Englishman speaking English. One person that I always admire and jaw drop when he speaks English is the English cricket commentator Nasser Hussain. So if you watch cricket, you know Nasser Hussain is a crucial commentator. I also see him as an unbiased person, but more than him being unbiased in commentary, his use of the language, I believe, is fabulous. He brings in the right words, right idioms, right phrases, right vocabulary to express his meanings. That's the advantage. When you know a lot of English words, you can use the exact right word to express the meaning in your mind. Well, if you don't have a whole bunch of words, you can't do that. Let's talk about somebody like Nasser Hussain, who's like globally popular. One of the best speakers of the English language in the world, comes from England, a native English speaker. Native English means their mother tongue is English. How now? Dictionary has 170,000 words. How many words does he have? Does he know? I'll tell you the answer to that too. He doesn't know the 171,000 words. He only knows between 25,000 to 30,000 words. He knows. That's a difference. Not uses. He knows 25,000 to 30,000 words. How many words is he using then? He is using only between 5,000 to 10,000 words. When he speaks, he uses only 5,000 to 10,000 words. This is the truth. You can Google this up, research this later. Native English speakers, even the good ones, know about 30,000 words, but they only used 5,000 to 10,000 words. We are not native English speakers, but even in countries like ours, where the main language is not English, you have people who can speak great English. There are people who can speak lovely English. Let's take a few from Sri Lanka. Legendary cricketer Kumar Sangakkara. I mean, when he goes out there and he starts speaking English, you almost confuse him to be a native English speaker. He's that good. How many words does he know? Does he know 25,000 to 30,000 words? No, not really. You know how much non-native English speakers, very fluent ones, know? maximum 10,000 words. Again, research this number if you're unsure. I'm not lying. I'm not making up stuff here. So non-native English speakers, I mean, anybody who's coming from a non-native English country and can speak English really well, their strength is about 10,000 words. So 10,000 is a strength. Then how many are they using? Anything between 3,000 to 5,000. If the non-native English speaker is a really, really good one, he uses about 8,000 words. Why am I telling you this? Is because for me, where I was involved in doing a bit of research in vocabulary and teaching people before COVID. I mean, one-to-one teaching people who are at a high level and want to groom themselves to speak better. Some of my friends in a cluster were involved in doing that. For me, the biggest motivation to tell people to learn English was that vocabulary is 179,000 words. Native English speakers know only 35,000 words. They use only about 10,000 words. And out of that, if you come to a person who's from a non-native English speaking country, non-native speaker, then you probably know only about 10,000 words, and you use less 5,000. So here's what it is. Of the 171,000 words, if you are able to learn, understand, and comfortably use 10,000 words, it's not a big number. I know already all of you might be knowing about 1,000 to 2,000 words. That's the truth. If you don't know 1,000 to 2,000, what is the test to understand that? If you're able to understand everything that I spoke or all the other speakers spoke before me in today's session, did you understand all those? Did you get what they were saying? If you did, you probably know more than 1,000 words already. That's a great advantage. You have to now build up, go for the higher target, try and learn 10,000 words. You will at least end up with 5,000. It will make you still a very, very fluent speaker. That is the biggest message I want to give you. When I try and speak to people and motivate them to learn English, they try to run away from it, thinking it's very difficult, it's very scary, and it's impossible. No, I think of the languages to learn, English is one of the easiest. And by virtue of this English language being around, it makes it easy for you to learn it. And this course, when I looked at the outline, has all the things that you probably need to get onto these stepping stones and gather it further, gather this whole grasp further. That's so what you should be doing. Like I said, English is everywhere, right? Turn on the local news broadcast. There's a Tamil version, there's a Sinhala version, there's an English version also. There are talk shows that happen in English on TV, on local TV. There are talk shows on YouTube done by Sri Lankans in English. There are enough and more newspapers that are published in English in Sri Lanka. If you're already working in some corporate, I'm sure there are some people there carrying out, conducting meetings in English. Make no mistake, in some of your organizations, all those meetings may be happening in English. Emails are sent in English. I'm sure nobody sends emails in Sinhalese or Tamil. Anywhere that you're working, I'm sure you're working with email, and email is sent in English. This language is everywhere. If you're keen enough, you can learn it. For early starters, my key message is to write better, you have to read a lot. To speak better, you have to listen to people who speak well. For 15 minutes a day, only 15 minutes a day. Don't invest too much time. Don't take it too much. 15 minutes a day, if you continue to do it for 30 days, you will be somewhat good. And structured courses like this on a platform like you self-learning can help you actually go to the very next level and take it up. Look, if you learn this and master this language, you can go to anywhere in the world and fearlessly speak with anyone. You can read all the stuff on the internet. 90% of the internet is English, or maybe even more than that. Uh, Airlines have a modern day rule that they should only speak in English. I mean, the communications with the towers and the pilots and all that becomes the world's English business language. There will be no trouble. Nobody will ever criticize you to going into any country, even a non-English country, and no, they may not criticize you for they will not criticize you rather for not speaking their local language. But if you can't speak English and you're in a foreign land and you have no other language to communicate, then you will be in trouble. So I know this is an open day. You're looking forward to what is out there, the content and what you will learn in this course. Well, there's a session that is coming after me also, where you will get to know about the course outline and what is there in distribution for the course. But what I want to put in your mind is that it is not difficult. It is easy. Should you do it? You definitely must, because for various reasons, right? For you to become more successful in your career, generally promotions go to people who talk. who can speak up. If you're the person in the meeting always silent, just doing your work, and you believe your work's quality will speak for itself, I'm sad to say it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. People who are vocal, who are able to express their idea, who speak at meetings, they're the ones who get highlighted at work. And if that thing is happening through the English language, well, that's an advantage. It's an advantage at the workplace. I see it happening in many places in the world. And in Sri Lanka and country like Sri Lanka, people tend to believe that knowing English is a great talent. Actually, no. But people are perceived that way. If you can speak English really fluently, people think, oh my God, he must be great. They don't ask you for any other qualification once they hear you speaking fabulously from the English language. Why don't you get there and enjoy that advantage? Just learn 5,000 words, like I said before. And every other formal thing this course can offer can also add to your whole caliber of improving the game in the marketing industry particularly. So come to the end of my time. Even if you don't learn it for yourself, everybody is involved in a circle. You may have children, you may have your nieces and nephews, and everybody around you who may later come to you and speak in English. If you aren't able to have a conversation with them, you lose that touch that you may have with the next generation. Because as time goes, I see the kids are far more fluent in English than their parents probably. And the parents these days are very sensible. They know English is important. They train them on the language. So give it another 10, 15 years. There'll be a lot of English speakers in this country because most of the parents understand the value of English and they give it to their children. So by that time, if you're not up to the game, you can slightly be backward. So all that, I mean, not a reason to be afraid of, but we are just preparing. We have a lot of time till the world gets there, particularly Sri Lanka gets there, and you have everything in your armory to get ready for this game. Every new word that you learn, every new time that you express yourself in English, every new forum that you speak to a person in English, the bigger the world becomes. So every word that I mean, one word at a time, that's a message I want to leave you with. One word at a time. Try and pick up one word at a time. And if you give it enough effort and energy, you will be really good with the language. And it is great that you've shown interest in taking up a formal course like this. It gives you the direction on where you want to go and sets you up for your on language based on your professional background. And needless to say, it will help you far more successful than if you were not fluent in English. So all the best, everyone. I'm amazed that such a large crowd of people, I know it's not a massive crowd, but at least a good 20 people interested in learning English on a weekend and spending some time on an open day to figure out what it is a good indication. And I genuinely hope all of you will take good use of this session and take up whatever this course has to offer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajmal, for that very interesting message. You have explained it in a very practical way, and even I have learned some new facts today. Thank you so much. Next up in the agenda, we have a specific message from one of our seasoned lecturers. Her journey has started at HNB Assurance PLC when she joined the company first as a management trainee back in 2006, and she climbed to the position of the HR manager just in 5 years of time. During this period, she was also rewarded with the Chairman's Award of Excellence for her performance beyond the call of duty. So her experience in the field of academics accounts to more than 10 years of working as a visiting lecturer and a motivational and leadership trainer in many high reputed educational institutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, please meet Ms. Shanika Pereira Fonseca, lecturer at SLIM. Over to you.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much, Vihanga. I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and I hope you can see the presentation that I'm sharing as well.
Yes, we can see.
All right. Can I get a quick confirmation as to whether you can see the presentation that I'm sharing on?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Vihanga. Okay. So let me start with this quote, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. So I'm
Excuse me,
speaking to a
ma'am.
set of, yes.
Ma'am, still we can see the agenda actually.
Okay, okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Thank you very much. I hope you can see the presentation now.
Now, okay, ma'am, we can see.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, so once again, a repetition. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. So I'm speaking to a set of motivated professionals who are determined to try and be their best, to bring out their best in their chosen fields, mainly marketeers and maybe other professionals as well. So along with that thought, so welcome to the journey of business and professional English. Most of you might be already there, and some of you might be determined to sharpen up on the skills that you've already gained. And as very well explained in a very interesting way by guest speaker, Mr. Hussain, I should be thankful to Mr. Hussain for drilling it to the minds of the participants that learning English is going to be actually interesting, and it's not rocket science. It's about your determination. It's about your enthusiasm to master this language. So this is something that we all know already, but let me quickly brush up on this. Why do we need to be fluent in English? This was also touched upon very nicely by our guest speaker. So let me be very brief on this. So it's international common tongue, as all of us know. This is the language which links us all with every nation. So whether it's business, whether it's private stuff, whatever it is, today we call this a global village. This concept has been in the field like now for so many years. It's not a new concept anymore. So like we deal with the international arena, people from all over the world for so many different things. So with your fluence in this language, you're able to connect with so many people all around the world. And for international business and commerce, of course, we mainly do business with like a lot of, entities all over the world. Most of our businesses are not limited to our own country anymore. So we need to be connected with the world in our chosen professions, in our chosen fields for us to thrive in what we do. And also it's a language of academia. If you're pursuing your higher studies for academics, you need to be fluent in this language because most of the courses are offered, I would say almost all the courses. When you reach higher levels in your profession, when you want to be proficient, fluent in what you do, when you want to sharpen up on your skills, when you want to get more qualified, when you pursue studies for you to get qualified in your chosen areas, you've got to pursue your studies in this language. So here, once again, this language comes in handy for all of you to boost your morale, to help you out with your studies. And also, there's a wealth of written media online and printed, of course. Yes, we have printed and like online stuff available in different languages. Yes, but most of the original documents, the first version of like most of the researchers, the reports, publications, most of these are available in this language. So that's just one more plus point in learning this language once again, everyone. And when it comes to traveling, whether it's business traveling, whether it's traveling for leisure, traveling for fun, for private reasons, whatever it is, once again, this language is going to be really, really helpful to all of us because that's how we can get connected with everyone everywhere whenever you go to another country. And also, there are a lot of development opportunities coming along with your professions in English, as very well explained by the guest speaker. Yes, your fluency in English is not the only thing, but it's always seen as a great advantage when you face an interview, when you go for a discussion, when you, engage in a very casual conversation, maybe with a set of professionals. you are better able to demonstrate who you are, or rather project a better impression about yourself when you can like handle this language well. And also along with that comes your development opportunities in terms of trainings and also climbing the corporate ladder, because you project a better image and readiness to take up higher positions and to take up more responsibilities in terms of communicating with so many different stakeholders. English helps you out with that as well. And also, to depict the true identity of Sri Lankans, of course, more than ever before, we've got to be really fluent in this language, because we are not able to take our identity to the world just by using our own mother tongue. Of course, all of us love our mother tongue. All of us do. And I'm sure all of us are the most fluent in our mother tongue, and we really love our mother tongue. All that is true, but for us to depict our true identity to the world, what we are capable of, what caliber we belong to, what kind of people we have around, what kind of talent we have in the country, we've got to master this language to do all this. So a quick one on the objectives of this program. So as you might have already heard, and also you'll hear a bit on this after this session as well. I mean, this is a program of 12 weeks. In ours, it's going to be 48 hours, and we are focusing on basically 8 units, and very well focused on the professions that you've chosen, and like quite practical topics and all that, which are relevant to the corporate world. And yeah, this boosts your morale to socialize and network with greater confidence. Certain activities that are coming up in this program are especially catering to, boost your morale, boost your confidence levels to face different kinds of practical contexts in the corporate world. And also to work successfully in cross-cultural environments, expand your professional vocabulary. Yes, we will be touching upon a lot of vocabulary items. When it comes to vocabulary, once again, let me remind all of you about what our guest speaker said today. It's not a big deal. If you are really determined, you've got to just catch up a few number of words. As our guest speaker himself said, it's about 10,000 words being a non-native speaker. If you're going to be a fluent speaker in this language, and it's not going to be actually a very big deal if you're focused, if you have that enthusiasm. And also, this program will certainly help you to improve your understanding on grammar and to use certain grammar areas in a very practical manner rather than just the theory part of it. And also to handle written communications more professionally, express yourself in English with greater fluency, accuracy, and confidence. Confidence is the key word, of course, yes. Sometimes what we see in our students is, of course, they are really good in their language, but it's just that they lack on the confidence levels. Maybe they really don't know that they are actually capable of handling the language. So that their confidence levels are not up to the mark. So it's about sharpening up on the confidence levels that you've already got, because most of us have it already in us. And also, this program will help you to handle yourselves in English in a variety of business contexts, which we will be touching upon as the program goes on. The key focus areas would be speaking, grammar, professional writing. So there will be specific activities catering to all these areas. And also when it comes to the methodology of the program, we will be certainly focusing on all these 4 skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. And also there will be role plays, discussion points, and also many other interactive sessions, whether you take part in online sessions or on-site sessions. We expect that interactive participation of yours in these activities. And also we will be touching a lot on public speaking and presentations as well. So yeah, what is expected from you all is your regular attendance. Of course, when you start something, I'm sure all of us experience this, we come across like a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles that we've got to jump when we start on something, right? So many different things come up, like so many urgent commitments, like and a lot of things come up to hinder the progress, or like which really helps, stops you from taking part in lessons and all that. This is like a normal thing. So let's be determined. Unless it's something really, really urgent and important, let's try to take part in all these lessons, because it's just 12 lessons. It's not about 6 months program or 1 year's program, 2 years. No, it's nothing like that. It's just 12 weeks. So let's try our best to take part in all 12 lessons, because your participation really helps. Okay, maybe sometimes you think, all right, if I miss the lesson, I'll just go through the recording, which doesn't happen most of the times. And also, it's not like taking part in the live session. So yes, if you choose the physical lessons, of course, I'm sure you'll not be able to go through the recordings even. So but let's try our best to be regular in our attendance and also be punctual. Uh, Having said this, we do totally understand you all being, most of you all being professionals. Maybe sometimes you have to attend certain professional commitments. Maybe you attend the meeting and then join the session. Maybe you have to leave the session halfway through to join a professional discussion or something. If that's the case, you can certainly keep your lecturers, your and the institute informed about the same, and you can definitely feel free to balance both ends. But let's try our best to be punctual and also to stay throughout the lesson and also interact and join the discussion. It's not about you listening to the lecturer and getting the lecturer to be more proficient in the language, but it's a 50-50 thing. It's a two-way process. It's a teaching learning process. So you've got to certainly interact, take part in activities, ask questions, pool in your own ideas, which will certainly brighten up the session and also make it more lively. And also, yeah, certainly this is something that we earnestly request all of you before you start taking part in the sessions. Set goals for yourselves. You know where you stand today. You know your knowledge levels. You know how good your grammar is, how good your writing skills are, how well you can speak. So set a few targets. We've got only 12 days. And magic certainly happens if you really believe in it and if you really work towards it. Right? But then we cannot expect an overnight improvement as such. That's why we want you to set goals and keep on monitoring yourselves. Okay, are you progressing towards what you want to achieve by the end of this program? Of course, we are committed, all of us lecturers from the Institute are committed to help you all to achieve your goals. But that we can do only if you set your goals and monitor them on a regular basis only. As you know, people with goals succeed because they know where they are going. So all of us have to move on knowing where we are going. So right attitude, enthusiasm, and determination is what we expect from all of you. Let's give it our best shot. Let's give it our all now that you've decided to start taking part in these sessions and progress, and also to sharpen up on the skills that you already have. So let's do it in the best possible way. And let me wind up with this thought of Michael Jordan. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or walk around it. So there are three options, more than three options there are whenever you have obstacles. So let's somehow work around all the obstacles that come our way and certainly strive to achieve what we want to achieve through this program. So thank you, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shanika, for that valuable insights that you have shared. And next up in the agenda, we have another segment that everyone has been waiting for, and it is the time to deliver the program brief. So I would like to invite Ms. Manisha Divyanjali, Senior Executive at Slim Business School, to deliver the program brief.
Thank you very much, Vihanga. Let me share my screen first. Hope you all can see my screen clearly. Can you please confirm it?
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Slim Business School, again, I would like to welcome you all to the inauguration of Business and Professional English program. If I introduce myself, I'm Manisha Divyanjali, the course coordinator of Business and Professional English program at Slim Business School, Colombo. Before start my presentation, I would like to invite you all to pay your attention on this presentation because the information which I'm going to share with you will be really useful during your study period at Slim. With that, let's move to talk about BPE. BPE, Business and Professional English. This program will be conducted for a period of 3 months. It will target to provide competencies in the areas of writing, speaking, and listening skills. You can see this is the program outline of BPE. In there, initially, as the initial point, you can learn about saying hello and introduction. Next, you can learn about socializing, telephoning, exchanging information, arranging meetings, presentations, business letters, and report writing. In BPE, we have 2 program components such as workbook and classroom activities. When it comes to workbook, you can say this is the BPE workbook. So after done your registration as a student of BPE, you can visit to Slim Business School and collect this workbook. We will share communication regarding the dates that you can visit to Slim Business School and collect this workbook. In there, you don't need to pay for this workbook because this is free of charge. When it comes to classroom activities, in there, the class work comprising lectures, group work, interactive sessions, discussions, and presentation. In BPE, we mainly focus on speaking, listening, grammar use, and confident use language as well. After that, this is about evaluations. The assessment criteria of this qualification will go through 3 methods. You can see the first one is oral examination, second one is written examination, and third one is attendance. So, when it comes to oral examination, under oral examination, as the first point, you need to submit your assignment first. It is a PowerPoint presentation actually, the assignment, okay? You need to submit your assignment first. After that, at the oral examination, you need to present that PowerPoint presentation in front of examiners. Only after participate for the oral examination, you will get eligibility to sit for the written examination. In there, the most important point is submitting your assignment and participating to the oral examination is compulsory to get eligibility to the written examination. Without participating to the oral examination, you will not get chance to sit for the written examination. When it comes to the attendance, the most important point is there. We strictly monitor your attendance and we provide marks also for your attendance. Therefore, every student should participate for the sessions properly. Okay. After that, let's move to talk about registration. Under registration, we have made 4 points to discuss with you. As the first point, we can identify Slim registration number. In there, after done your registration, you will receive your student registration number. After receiving that, you need to use your student registration number in attending classes. As an example, when attending online classes, you need to rename the team's profile name with your registration number because we track your attendance by using your student registration number. Not only that, you need to use your student registration number in submitting your assignment, in participating in oral and written examinations as well. The second point is about class card. After done your registration, you can visit Slim Business School and collect your class card. Not only that, as I mentioned you earlier, the third point is workbook. You can After done your registration, you can collect your workbook from Slim Business School. We will share information related to the dates that you can visit to Slim Business School in due course. Under registration, the most important point is submitting registration documents. In there, the main thing is Slim LMS. You can see this is the interface of LMS. So what is LMS? LMS means Learning Management System. So as a student of Slim, as a student of BPE, you will receive access for your own LMS profile. After receiving access for your own LMS profile, you need to submit your registration documents such as soft copy of your national identity card as well as a photograph to this LMS portal. Don't worry, we will share the step-by-step guidelines about how to get access for the LMS as well as how to submit your registration documents to the LMS in future. Okay, next, this is about class commencement. In BPE, we have two type of badges such as online badge and physical badge. When it comes to BPE online badge, the classes will be commenced on 9th March 2025. In there, you have classes on every Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. When it comes to the physical batch, the classes will be commenced on 8th March 2025. In there, you have classes on every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We will share all the class schedules with you prior to the class commencement. Next, this is about main contact points. If you're willing to register for the BPE qualification at Slim Business School, Colombo, for the registration, you can contact Mr. Oshan Munasinghe via this email address oshan.m@slim.lk, as well as you can contact him via mobile as well. His contact number is 071 149 5116. When it comes to the coordination, if you have any issues related to BPE coordinations, I'm your coordinator. You can contact me. Don't hesitate to contact me. We are ready to help you. Therefore, you can contact me via this email address, manisha.d@slim.lk. Also, you can contact me through mobile as well. My contact number is 07032344411. When it comes to Slim Candy, you can contact Miss Malisha Kaumadi. You can contact her via this email address, malisha.p@slim.lk. Also, you can contact her through this contact number, 070-191-8073. Okay. Now, I hope you all have a clear idea related to BPE qualification. With that, eventually, I would like to thank you all for paying your attention on this presentation. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best. Hope to work with you all in future. Thank you. Vihanga, over to you again.
Thank you, Ms. Manisha, for that detailed description. And with that, we have come to the end of today's procedures. But before wrapping up, let me make this an opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Devasiri Jayanth for giving a warm welcoming to each and everyone who is present here today at the event. And I would like to extend it to Mr. Ajmal Hussain for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here to share valuable insights that are powered by his personal experiences as well, I'm sure. And also to Ms. Shanika Pereira for the information that she has shared and the valuable insights that has been shared, and also to Ms. Manisha Divyanjali for that detailed programming brief. And furthermore, I would like to see all of the ladies and gentlemen who have joined here today for the open day of Business and Professional English program conducted by SPLIM as students of this very specific program. So I hope you will all get registered under this program, and I would like to wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.